He told everyone the same thing for years. He was a dog person. Cats were decorative. He had opinions about this and shared them freely. Then his mother adopted a 12-pound Persian named Biscuit, and Biscuit spent the next 8 months quietly, methodically, and without a single apology, proving every single one of those opinions wrong. Jason Merritt had a reputation to protect. 37 years old, construction foreman, the kind of man who referred to cats as decorative and meant it. He had said it at every family gathering for the past decade. He had said it to his coworkers, his neighbors, and his ex-girlfriend who had owned 2 cats and whom he had described in the breakup as living with roommates he hadn't agreed to. He was a dog person. He had always been a dog person. He had strong opinions about cats, and he shared them freely and without invitation. Then his mother adopted a Persian named Biscuit. Biscuit was 3 years old, cream-colored, enormous in the way that only Persians who eat well and refuse to exercise can be. He had a face that suggested he had tasted everything the world had to offer and found most of it deeply underwhelming. He had been surrendered from his previous home when his owner moved abroad, and he had arrived at Jason's mother's house already carrying the composed certainty of someone who had made his peace with change and was simply waiting to see what came next. He was, by general consensus, not a friendly cat. He tolerated Jason's mother the way a tenured professor tolerates a first-year student. Present, occasionally acknowledging, never fully impressed. Jason started visiting his mother every Sunday for dinner. He had been doing this for years. Biscuit had been there for 8 months. For the first 4 of those months, Jason ignored Biscuit completely, which was fine because Biscuit ignored Jason completely, and the arrangement suited everyone involved. Then, one Sunday in March, Jason sat down in the armchair in the corner, his usual chair, the one by the window, and Biscuit was already in it. Jason looked at Biscuit. Biscuit looked at Jason. "Move," Jason said. Biscuit did not move. Jason's mother came in from the kitchen and found her son standing in the middle of the living room, staring at a cat with the expression of a man who had not anticipated this specific situation. "Just sit somewhere else," she said. "That's my chair," Jason said. "It's his chair now," she said, and went back to the kitchen. Jason sat on the couch. Biscuit watched him from the armchair with the composed satisfaction of someone who had made a point and didn't need to belabor it. That was the beginning. If you haven't subscribed yet, that honestly stings a little. Hit the button. You're gonna want to see how this goes. The following Sunday, Jason arrived to find Biscuit sitting directly in front of the door, not beside it, in front of it, facing out, as if he had been waiting and keeping track of the time. Jason looked at the cat looked at Jason. "I'm not a cat person," Jason said, to no one in particular. Biscuit walked away toward the kitchen, then stopped, looked back. Jason followed him. He would never fully explain why. His mother was at the stove. Biscuit jumped onto the counter beside her, looked at Jason, looked at the counter, and looked at Jason again with an expression that could only be described as instructional. "He wants you to pet him," Jason's mother said without turning. "Cats don't want things. This one does," she said. Jason reached out and scratched Biscuit behind the ear, once with 2 fingers in the manner of someone handling an unfamiliar piece of equipment. Biscuit's eyes closed halfway. A sound started that Jason could feel more than hear. Low, steady, resonant, impossible to ignore. Jason stood there for 4 full minutes petting a cat he had described as decorative and did not stop until his mother told him dinner was ready. Persian cats have been companion animals for centuries, one of the oldest domesticated breeds in the world, originally kept by royalty, bred specifically for presence and calm temperament. They choose their people deliberately and without apology. They are not casual about affection. When a Persian decides someone is worth their time, that decision is neither accidental nor reversible. Biscuit had spent 8 months in that house assessing everyone who entered. What he decided about Jason happened on his own schedule, in his own way. for reasons only he fully understood. Stories like this are exactly why we show up every week. Over the following months, a pattern developed that Jason would have found deeply embarrassing if anyone had pointed it out directly. He started arriving at Sunday dinners 15 minutes early. He started texting his mother midweek, ostensibly about dinner plans, occasionally with a casual question about Biscuit somewhere in the middle, followed immediately by a message saying, "Never mind, it doesn't matter." He started watching videos on his phone that he closed quickly when anyone walked past. He learned, without meaning to, that Biscuit had a preference for being scratched at the base of the tail and not behind the left ear specifically, and stored this information the way he stored other useful things. His coworker found a small cat toy in his truck in September. Jason said it was his nephew's. His coworker did not believe him, but had the decency to say nothing at all. In November, Jason's mother went to visit his aunt for 10 days and asked Jason to look after Biscuit. "I'm not a cat person," Jason said. "I know," his mother said. "He'll be fine." What happened in those 10 days, Jason has never fully described to anyone. He has mentioned, briefly, that Biscuit slept on the pillow beside his head every single night. He has mentioned, slightly more reluctantly, that he learned Biscuit had a specific sound he made only in the morning, different from all his other sounds, and that Jason had started waking up before his alarm when he heard it. He has mentioned once, when he was tired and not being careful about what he said, that when his mother came back to pick Biscuit up and carried him out to the car, Jason stood in the doorway for longer than was strictly necessary. When his mother asked if everything was okay, Jason said the house was just quieter than he expected. Biscuit is 4 years old now. Jason still visits every Sunday. He still sits in the armchair, Biscuit's armchair technically, but they have an arrangement about time sharing that both parties find acceptable. Biscuit still meets him at the door. Jason still greets him with 2 fingers behind the ear, in the manner of someone who has always known exactly how to do this. Last month, Jason's coworker asked him what he was doing over the weekend. Jason said he was going to his mother's for dinner. "Still bringing that cat toy?" his coworker asked. Jason said it was his nephew's. His coworker smiled. Jason did not confirm or deny anything further. He is still officially a dog person. He will tell you this if you ask. He will say it with complete conviction. Biscuit will be sitting on his foot when he says it. Are you a dog person who got completely outsmarted by a cat? Tell me in the comments.